Hello, it's Helen and Harley here. How are you? Whoops, Harley's just woken up. We are here to talk once again about Facebook Lives. I want to give you 5 tips to maximize your exposure and effectiveness of your Facebook Live. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Do you like the filter today? It's a little bit weird, isn't it? There's all different sort of frames. So I'm just going to turn that off. If I can just control Harley for a second, mate. Can you just go that way so I can put my finger... Hang on, Harley. Harley, this is not about you. I need to get rid of this filter. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Rob. Harley, mate. Oh, hang on. There we go. And there we go. Whew, that was a bit of an effort with you wriggling around like that. Oh, hang on. We've got to get back to the screen. There we go. Hello, Tina. How are you today? So good to see you guys on live with me. So today we're talking about the effectiveness and, the exposure of your Facebook Lives and how you can actually improve that. We've talked a lot about Facebook Lives sort of over the last week. Hello, Bree. How are you? Bree saying hello to you as well. Hello, Shannon. How are you going? So we've talked about why should you do Facebook Lives. We've talked about tips and strategies to actually get them done. Yesterday, I talked a lot about content creation, including, headlines and, various things like that. And where do you find your content and stuff like that? Hey, Tina, I'm very good, thank you. Hello, Teresa, how are you? Great to see you all on live. If you are on live, please say hello. If you're catching the replay, just put the word replay down below so I can give you a shout out later. I teach home-based business owners how to bring their business online. So things like social media branding, social media strategies in general, where you get leads from online, video marketing, things like Facebook Lives. And once a week, I do jump on and talk about a personal development, sort of personal growth type of topic, because it's really up to us to make things happen. No one else can make us happy and no one else can build our business but us. So it's really important that we are on top of our game to make sure our business can be on top of our game. And this is my little mate, Harley. If you haven't met him before, he's very revved up this morning. I've got and he's all over the place. I've actually got a scarf, I don't know if you can see it, draped over my shoulder because he is shedding an incredible amount of hair. It's just driving me nuts. You just pick him up for a second and you just got hair all over you. He's just at that little sort of stage in his puppy life that it's time to shed hair, isn't it, mate? Anyway, let's move on to the content. Ow, 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 that hurt my finger, mate. Sorry, just gonna move this around a little bit. So number one tip to maximize, your exposure and effectiveness of your Facebook Live is how long you're actually talking for. So how long are you talking for on your Facebook Lives? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? Is it 20 minutes? Is it half an hour? Obviously, the longer that you talk, it gives Facebook, more opportunity to send it out to more people. It assesses the engagement that you're getting on the Facebook Live, and if it's good, then it'll send it out to more people, etc. But that may not be relevant for some of you that are brand new to Facebook Live. There may be some of you that have not even done one before, and it's like, how long should I talk for? So according to Facebook itself, Facebook recommends that you talk, if you're new, if you talk for about 10 minutes. And in their words, not mine, the reason for the 10-minute mark is because it makes your Facebook Live more discoverable, is the word that they've used. So you can certainly talk less or more. The more well-known that you get, on social media, you can definitely talk for longer because you'll have more to talk about. You'll have more people to engage with. The more people you're talking to and interacting with your live, it's gonna drag out sort of longer anyway. But if you've got just people watching you for now, they're not really sure who you are or what you're about, and they're just sort of watching and warming up to you. If you can stretch it out to about the 10-minute mark, that'd be a really good thing, because to Facebook, as I said, it's their word, not mine. It says that your videos become more discoverable, and they can send it out to, more people. Tina, your pug's shedding too. Yeah, I think it's just part of the territory with having a pug. And Patricia, good morning. How are you? Lovely to see you on live. So timing does play an important factor. Now, if you're brand new to Facebook Live, maybe you've not even done one before. Oh yeah, there's Pa. Pa's coming up to prune their own roses. We'll go out and say hello after. Then you may not be able to stretch it out to 10 minutes, and I wouldn't encourage you to fluff for the sake of getting to 10 minutes. So if you don't have 10 minutes worth of content, don't try to reach the 10 minutes just because I've told you that it's a good strategy for you to become more discoverable on your Facebook Lives. The last thing that you want to do on a Facebook Live is continue to sort of waffle and watch the clock just to get to that 10-minute mark. You'll naturally get there anyway with the more practice and the more comfortable that you feel on a Facebook Live. And you know, your content will grow, your personality will grow, people will interact with you, and you may get to that 10-minute mark, you know, really easily. But, you know, so that's just the word of warning. Don't try to talk to 10 minutes just because Facebook says it's a good thing for your Facebook Live to be more discoverable. You want to be quick, you want to be sharp, you want to be valuable, you want people to watch you without going, okay, I've heard enough now, I'm going to switch off. So yes, the 10-minute mark or more is great, because it does make your Facebook Live more discoverable, you know, on the platform. But don't try to get there if you're brand new and you really haven't got 10 minutes worth of content to talk about. Don't talk about, you know, for 10 minutes. So hopefully you're following me with that. Send me some likes or loves if you're following me there. Okay, number 2, to gain more sort of exposure and effectiveness of your Facebook Live is actually using the tools that you have, that Facebook is actually giving you. Hey Sarah, how you going? Lovely to see you on live. So what I mean by tools is a couple of things. One, you can do what I do and put a reminder notification of when you're going live. So that's just within Facebook itself. You need to do it on a desktop computer. You go up to the top and you choose publishing tools. Then you go over to the left-hand side to all the options there and you choose video. So you actually choose the heading, video, not the tabs underneath video. You actually choose video. Then you go over to the right-hand side and there's a little plus button that says live. So you push that and then that enables you to get into the scheduling section. So you just write your heading. Remember, you're going to have a compelling heading, what we talked about yesterday. And then you can push the schedule button and that allows you to put a day and the time of when you're talking. When you're going to go live, sorry. So why I use that is because depending what I'm doing, I mean, people think I do this full time, but I don't. I do consulting work. I've got my own coaching clients. I do mentoring for a company in America with their students. Believe it or not, I do consulting accounting work. You know, I'm at the gym teaching a class on a Monday morning. There's all sorts of things that I do. So depending on what's going on in my life, I don't always go live at exactly the same time. I try to. You guys would know roughly when I'm going live, but I put up that little reminder on, you know, occasions where I know that I'm not going to go live at my usual time. I'm going to be half an hour earlier, or an hour earlier, depending what I'm going on. So that can actually help people that are tuning into you and want to listen to whatever it is that you've got to talk about that day when you're actually going to do it. So it can actually really increase your exposure by warning people and letting people know when you're going live. Now, just plant a seed of warning with that one. You can only do that on the desktop computer, and it's actually meant for you to then go live on your desktop computer. Now, I don't do that. I set the reminder on my desktop computer, but I go live from my phone. So that's why if you've ever seen my notifications come up, I've got a little please note. I do not go live by this reminder link. Just turn up on my page at the time listed below. So the really cool thing about that is it converts it to your time zone. So because I'm on the other end of the earth in Australia, a lot of the people that watch my lives, I would never say to you, I'm going, so for me, like today, it's actually, what day is it? I think it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. It's been a hell of a week this week, I tell you. So it's Thursday at 10:30 in the morning, the time I'm going live. But it's not for a lot of you guys. For somebody like Rob, it's 2:30 in the morning. For others of you, it'll be, 9 p.m. or, something like that. So when you have, people from around the globe watching you, it doesn't make a lot of sense for you to go, tune in to me tomorrow at 9 o'clock on this day if you've got an international sort of audience. So that's where those reminders can help people know when you're going live, know what you're going to talk about. It's like, I need to know a little bit about Facebook Live, so I'll turn up, on that. But the reminder is made for doing on a desktop computer, and that's why I put my little note, because if somebody pushes the reminder button, they will get a little notification and a countdown clock when I'm going live. So they'll sit there. Helen's going live in 30 seconds, 29, 28, 27, 26, and they're sitting there waiting for me to go live. But because I don't go live on my desktop computer, they're going to be sitting there and not actually seeing anything. So that's why I put that little note there. So just a word of warning. But it's a really good tool to use to maximize your exposure and getting eyeballs on your Facebook Live. The other thing that you can use when you've got a few people on your page, I'm talking about a business page here for these tips, is that in your back office of Facebook, you can look into insights and then go to posts. And when you do that, when you've got enough data on your page, there's a little graph that appears when you go insights and choose posts from the left-hand side. You've got to have enough data, so you may or may not have that yet on your page. But when you do, it gives you a little graph of when people are on your page majority of the time. So you can see from that graph that, majority of people are on your page at, 9 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 9 o'clock at night, that kind of thing. So it gives you really cool data about when you should be going live, because the maximum people are on your page, at that time. So I would never go live on my page in the afternoon here in Australia, because it really dips on my graph. So no one's really on my page at that time. So why the hell would I go live? Just doesn't make sense. So to maximize, your exposure of your Facebook Lives, there's a couple of little tools there that Facebook is giving you for free that you can utilize, to your advantage to make your lives sort of more effective. What am I trying to say? Yeah, does that make sense? Those tools that I've just explained. It's a little bit harder to explain when I'm explaining things that are in the back office of Facebook and I'm not actually showing you, but hopefully you're grasping. Just put the word yes down below if you sort of followed what I said with those two tools that Facebook has got made, available to us. Awesome. We've got a lot of likes coming through. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the feedback. So what are we up to? Number 3 is captions. So a really cool, thanks for the feedback, guys. Another really cool feature that you can use on your Facebook Lives is if you've got a really gutsy one. You've got one that was really popular. You want one that you sort of want to maximize. Thanks, Rob, Leslie, and Sarah for your feedback. You can put captions on it. Now, there's 2 ways that you can do this. So, especially if you want to repurpose your Facebook Live, which is the next one I'll get to in a second, if you put captions on it, then people can actually read it instead of having the volume up. Now, there are people looking at Facebook at times that they're not meant to. Maybe people are at work and they're scrolling through Facebook when they're not meant to. Maybe somebody's sitting on a bus or a train, or, they're sitting in a waiting room, for an appointment, something like that. There are people always scrolling through Facebook, but don't always have the opportunity to actually press the play button and listen to, maybe your replay. So what you can do with that is Facebook has its own option to do captions, or if it's a really cool one that you want to repurpose, you can actually pay for it to be done. And it's not that expensive. So in Facebook, when you have done your live, you click the 3 little dots up on the top right-hand corner of your post of your live, and you choose Edit Video. And one of the options in that edit section is subtitles and captions. So if you just follow the prompts there, then you can ask Facebook to put captions automatically. Now, this is free from Facebook. Now the accuracy is not that cool. So I would suggest, and it pulls it all up and, you know, and shows you what's written there. So please read what the captions that they've got with the frame. So your video's sitting there and then they've got the words, you know, per time frame. Just check, you know, all the way through it, because the accuracy is not that good. Something that I prefer to do, because I've had real troubles with Facebook One, because it's free and it's just not that accurate, and it's taken me way too much of my time to actually edit it to make sure it, especially if I've talked for a while. Like if I've done a 20-minute or 30-minute Facebook Live and I've asked Facebook to turn it, you know, put captions on it, and the editing is shocking, it actually takes a really long time to go through that and sort of edit it all. So I prefer to send my little video off to somebody called rev.com, rev.com, and you pay $1 a minute. So if you've just done a 10-minute Facebook Live, you'll pay about $10 for somebody to professionally, the accuracy is 99%, like it's awesome. So you just skim through it, yep, you know, awesome. There might be one word or something depending on your accent, and I find this with my Australian accent, that they might, you know, I might be saying want to, but with my Australian slang, it might come out as wanu. And so they literally type wanu or something like that. So you just want to check it over, but then they send you the file, and then you just go back into that edit section that I just told you about. You upload the file and then your captions are there. So it is one way to get more exposure and people, you know, viewing your Facebook Live. It is a fair price, Rob, and it's quick and it's accurate. So I'd rather pay $1 a minute than spend an hour editing the free one that Facebook gave me. I've done that before, and I've told this story before, and it was only I think it was about 25-minute Facebook Live. This was a while ago, and it was the one and only time I'll ever do it. It took me 4 hours to go through word for word for 20 minutes their editing. And I sort of got halfway through and thought, this is ridiculous. But because I had gone halfway through, I had to finish it. I wasn't then going to waste the 2 hours that I'd you know, done. But yes, Rob, time is absolutely money. Absolutely. So, and I don't put captions on that many. If I turn it into a Facebook ad or I want to boost the post, we'll get to that in a second, then I might do it, because if you're going to push it out to a wider audience, you want to give people the opportunity to be able to read it. Because people do scroll Facebook when they're not meant to at work, but they're not going to obviously have the volume on. But if they can read what you're saying and they like what they're reading, then, you know, that's made that Facebook Live far more valuable, you know, to them. And to you as the creator of the content of that Facebook Live, okay? So that was number 3. Number 4, repurpose your Facebook Lives. So what I mean by that is you can very easily download your Facebook Lives after you've done them from Facebook. Once again, you just go into the 3 little circles that are on the post and click on those, and then click Edit Video. And then there's another 3 little circles at the very bottom of the screen, and you just choose Download HD. I'm giving you, this is more advanced for some of you, but I'm giving you some awesome information here of how to do some stuff. So I hope, you know, at least somebody listening to this Facebook Live is going to get value out of the information that I'm guiding you to here as far as what Facebook makes available to us. Rob, this is getting more popular now than ever. Yeah, I presume you're talking about the captions maybe. But yeah, and I said yesterday, I think it was, by the year 2019, 80 to 90% of the content people will consume will be via video. So I would be taking notice of the option to do captions and actually trying out captions with maybe a video you want to repurpose. So number 4, which we're talking about now with the repurposing, how do you do that? So you download your video off Facebook. I've just told you how to do that. So you just click those 3 little buttons at the bottom and say download HD, and it downloads your video to your computer. So you save it to your computer, or it's in the download section anyway. Then you can upload it to YouTube. So you can just have it sitting on YouTube. Now, I don't use YouTube for the purpose of creating YouTube videos. The only videos I've got sitting on YouTube are actually videos that I've uploaded from Facebook lives. So I haven't done any specific content for just YouTube. So, but the fact that I upload them, I've got, I think it's 62 subscribers now to my YouTube channel, but I'm not actually using YouTube. I'm only using YouTube to store my videos, repurpose them on YouTube, and then I can put them in a blog, or I can put them in my emails, you know, in my email marketing. So you repurpose them. Leslie, should you download all of your Facebook Lives? Well, not necessarily. I do, Leslie, because I repurpose them. I put all my Facebook Lives into a YouTube clip and I put them on my website. So if somebody comes across my website, I've got 2 video libraries, a mindset video library and the network marketing training video library. So somebody can sit on my website and go through, you know, months of free content from me about so many different things. But that all leads them across to YouTube, because you don't want to embed the actual video. I did this in the beginning and didn't realize that when somebody would go to my website, www.helenmartinonline.com, it would take a really long time for my website to load. And so I had a conversation with someone who's really techie and said, all those videos are actually embedded on your website, Helen. So they have to, it sucks up a lot of, you know, energy, if that's the right word in internet land, to get to your website. So now I just link everything through to YouTube. So when they push on the image, it does direct them across to YouTube. But I've accidentally got 62 subscribers. So when I do start doing stuff more purposefully, spit it out, Helen, on YouTube, you know, there's already 62 sort of subscribers there. So you can repurpose your Facebook Lives and put them in other places once you turn it into a YouTube clip. So if you're as far advanced as, yeah, Sarah, he does. If you're as advanced as doing email marketing and you've got your own website or your own blog or something like that, you definitely want to be downloading your Facebook Lives, uploading them to YouTube and then repurposing them. So that's another absolutely amazing way that you can get maximum exposure. So anything you do online through social media, you want to be able to repurpose the content, because you don't want to be doing things twice on 2 different platforms. So I know there's some people that during their Facebook Lives, they'll say at the beginning of their Facebook Live, I'm not going to interact with your comments during the Facebook Live, because then they edit out the beginning and they edit out the end and they turn that into a YouTube training video. Now, if you're not saying, hi Rob, hi Leslie, hi Sarah, you know, hi Tina, you know, you're not interacting, because that does actually sound a little bit silly on a YouTube clip. I don't really care. I'm just uploading them to repurpose them. But if I wanted to get more serious about YouTube videos, which I'm starting to look into a bit more, I could easily do that. Still do a Facebook Live. Say to you guys, hey guys, I'm not going to interact with your comments just while I'm talking, because I'm going to repurpose this video into a YouTube clip. Then I can edit that bit out, and all my content that I've delivered, my 5 tips to maximize exposure and effectiveness, you know, for Facebook Lives, all that middle bit, I can just edit it out and turn that into a YouTube clip, and it could be a great training video for somebody. So there's all, as I said, this might be advanced for a lot of you, but please store this information as your journey grows, you know, in the social media world, because there's so many things that you can do to repurpose the effort that you're going to. You can, you know, repurpose that information on other platforms and for, you know, different reasons like email marketing and blogging and, you know, stuff like that. So really cool tips I'm giving you here as you go through your journey. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Are you still on holidays, flaunting around, having a good time? Great to see you on live. So that was number 4. What's number 5? Number 5 is, yeah, it is a great idea, Sarah. So I'm glad you got benefit out of that. Thanks. If you are getting benefit from this video, please send me some likes and loves. I'd be interested to know. Come on, mate. Let's settle down a little bit. So number 5. If you want to, this is another tool that Facebook allows us to use, and sometimes they push it in front of our face a little bit too much, but you can boost a post. So you can throw $5. The minimum is, Harley. So Jennifer, you're still on holiday. Chad and I watching, talking about how we should come to Australia. Absolutely. Come and visit me and Harley. My door is open, Jennifer, for you guys anytime. So Facebook throws in front of us this little button called Boost. Boost me, boost me. I even get messages to my messenger. I don't know if you guys going, this post is performing really well. Boost it. So people that are uneducated might look at that and go, oh, Facebook is telling me this post is doing really well. I should boost it. So then you boost it. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know who you're really sending it out to. You don't know the targeting, properly, and you boost it out. So you've paid your $10. You don't actually really know where it's going or who it's posting out to, and you still don't get much engagement or interaction on it. And you think, oh, boosting posts doesn't work. Facebook advertising doesn't work. It does work, guys. You've just got to know how to use it properly. Just learn the skills to use it properly. So I just want to give you a couple of tips here. Sarah's saying yes all the time. So I just want to give you a couple of tips. I'm not going to go into a full-blown thing about boosting posts, or actually, would that be helpful? Would that be helpful to you if I just did a dedicated Facebook Live to boosting posts? If it would, put the word yes down below, and we'll take a look at that. So yeah, boosting blindly, Jennifer says. Absolutely, and you wouldn't be the only one. And people say to me all the time, yeah, I'll say, have you done Facebook advertising before? And they go, oh, not really, but I have boosted a lot of posts, but they didn't work. Well, no wonder, you don't know what you're doing. So Leslie said yes, Rob said yes. That's some more information about boosting posts. Okay, so cool. Keep the yeses coming if you would like me to talk about boosting posts in more detail. Not today, but maybe even tomorrow. So Jennifer said yes. Okay, so Sarah said yes. All right, it's a done deal, guys. Patricia said yes. No worries. I will change my topic tomorrow to keep in sequence with everything I've talked about in the last week about Facebook Lives, tips and strategies, content creation yesterday, today maximizing exposure. Tomorrow I'll keep it, while we're still talking about Facebook Lives, I'll keep it running and talk about it tomorrow. Okay, so I'll jump on tomorrow and talk about boosting posts. So maybe I won't go any more detail regarding boosting posts now. I'll save that till tomorrow so I don't talk for too long like I tend to do, and we can wrap this Facebook Live up and we'll concentrate on boosting posts tomorrow. But boosting posts is definitely a strategy you can use to your advantage for Facebook Lives for more than one reason. So hold tight till tomorrow for that one. Now, that was the last one. So they're the 5 tips. So first one is timing. Second one is Facebook tools like scheduling and the insights, what I talked about. Number 3 was using captions. Number 4 was repurposing your content. Number 5 was boosting posts, which hold that thought. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Now, just on that, I do have a training session with all the people in my branding course tomorrow at the time I normally go live. So I will go live, I might go an hour earlier than what I went live today, and I'll put up the reminder later today about that time that will automatically convert in your time zone when that reminder goes up on my page. Okay, so did we get value out of today's content? Tina, good night. Tina said good night. Good night, Tina. So yeah, I hope these 5 tips were helpful for you today. We'll continue the discussion tomorrow. If you got value out of today's video, please put the word value down below. If you know anyone that would get value out of this information, so who's doing Facebook Lives, but they're not really getting much traction or engagement from their Facebook Lives, please tag them in this video or just click the share button down below. Share this information out, because the 2 things that I always say that really bug me are wasting time and wasting money. Now, Facebook Lives take time. They take time to put together. They take time and energy for you to get on the screen, push that live button and just go, ah! So, and you know, if you're boosting them as well, you don't want to waste all that effort of going live, and you don't want to waste any money boosting posts. So please share this information out if you think this would be helpful to others. Sabine, hello Sabine. We're just signing off now. As you would notice, you'll watch the replay, no worries. So I will catch you guys tomorrow, an hour earlier than I normally am. I'll see you then. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye, Harley. See ya.